Hi everyone, here I am to present to you the history and story of Monty Fest. I may not be wrong if I say, as far as the Mangalorean Catholic community is concerned, Monty Fest is more popular than Christmas itself. Why so, you may ask? The story of Monty Fest is intimately linked to the history and the story of the Mangalorean Catholic community. This story goes back to 16th century Goa, the motherland of Konkani-speaking Catholics. So, here is the story. In 1510, the Portuguese conquered Goa, and in 1519, Alfonso Albuquerque constructed a chapel on a hillock overlooking Mandovi River, dedicated to Nossa Senhora de Monte, meaning Our Lady of the Mount, commemorating the entry of the Portuguese in Goa. This chapel is still there as you go up the hill from Santa Monica Convent. Its feast is celebrated on September 8th every year as Monte Cybernicia Fest. It was started in the 16th century and continues to this day. The origins of the traditional customs surrounding Monte Fest are very interesting and are a good example of an authentic inculturation of faith. According to Father Pratap Naik, a scholar of Konkani culture, the celebration of Monte Fest is a grafting of the Christian faith on the existing Indian culture. The people of Goa were mostly farmers. After Shravan, on the 4th day of the month of Bhadrapad, came Ganesh Chaturthi. It was an intimate family festival thanking Lord Ganesh for the blessings of a plentiful harvest. During the feast, an idol of Ganesh was kept in the house for a maximum of 11 days, and fresh flowers were offered to the deity every day. On one of those days of the festival, sweet dishes were made and new paddy and a vegetarian meal was served to all the family members. When the Hindus from Tiswadi became Christians, it became natural for them to transfer their devotion to Lord Ganesh to Mother Mary. Tradition has it that Mary's parents were childless for many years, and therefore after much prayers, she was born as the first fruit of her parents' love. As the period of Ganesh Chaturthi roughly coincides with the festivity of the Nativity of Mary, it made a lot of sense to the farming community of Goa to offer the first fruit of their land to baby Mary, thanking her for all the blessings of the year and praying to her for a life of love and peace and blessings of a plentiful harvest of their fields. Thus, to the Konkani-speaking Catholics of those days, who had until then followed their ancestral traditions associated with Ganesh festival, the feast of Monte Saibin, during which the new paddy is blessed and a vegetarian menu is served, became a powerful symbol that helped them to inculturate their newfound faith. Thus was born in Goa the well-known and popular Monte Cybernicia Fest. During the 17th and 18th century, large population from Goa migrated to the neighboring districts outside Goa due to the hardship they had to endure in the face of inquisition, war, famine and plagues. As the Nayaks of Bedno were very welcoming to these migrants who were skillful farmers, a large number of them settled down in the north and south Kannada districts of present-day Karnataka. Although leaving Goa was a very painful experience, these migrants, both Catholics and Hindus, carried in their hearts a bit of their beloved Goa, the language and culture, and the traditions which they cherished of their original motherland. Among the older churches of Mangalore is Monte Mariano Church of Farangipet, built on a hillock overlooking the river Netravati, just like the Monte Cyban Church of Goa. It was built by the Franciscan missionaries in 1526. In 1763, a holy Goan priest named Joaquim Miranda, who was the parish priest of the church, invited the local population of Catholics to celebrate Monte Fest, coinciding with September 8th, in the traditional Goan style of carrying flowers and the new paddy in procession. People came together and ate a festive vegetarian meal. Gradually, Catholics from the neighboring villages too joined in, making it a regular yearly celebration. This custom, which began in 1763, was abruptly interrupted in 1784 when Tipu Sultan attacked Mangalore and took some 60 to 80,000 Christians into captivity to Srirangapatnam. He looted and destroyed 27 churches, but Monte Mariano was spared in honor of the friendship of Hyder Ali, the father of Tipu, with Father Joaquim Miranda. After the death of Tipu in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War on May 4, 1799, the captive Christians returned to Mangalore. When they returned once again and began the cultivation after 15 long years, Monty Fest was the first celebration which brought them together as a community. It was with great emotion and tears of joy that they brought their first sheaves of paddy to be blessed, thus celebrating Monty Fest, which consequently became part of the identity of the Konkani-speaking Catholics of Mangalore. Today this feast is celebrated with great enthusiasm not only in the parishes of Mangalore and Udupi, but all over India and abroad, wherever there is a sizable population of Mangalorean Catholics. During the 9 days of the novena, it is a joyful sight to see children carrying basketful of flowers and throwing them at the altar of Baby Mary. On the final day, along with the flowers, new paddy sheaves too are carried in procession. They are blessed in the parish at the altar of Baby Mary and distributed to each family. The children who carry flowers, each one receives a sugar cane, which they carry home as a victory trophy. The blessed paddy is received with great reverence with candles lit on the altar. It is then powdered and mixed with milk or some sweet dish and is distributed to each member of the family. Generally, all the close family members come together, and the elder in the family records the names of anyone who is absent or has passed away during the year. He or she gratefully narrates all the blessings received through the year thanks to the intercession of Baby Mary, and everyone gratefully receives the milk or the sweet mixed with blessed paddy before a ceremonial vegetarian meal. This vegetarian meal, served on a banana leaf, normally has an odd number of vegetables, usually harvested from one's own field and specially prepared for this feast. Typical among them are bendi, alsande, salad, chana, bitter gourd, bottle gourd, rich gourd, patrade, aloo dento, etc. As the crowning point of the meal is a delicious warm, which is a sweet dish made up of coconut milk, jaggery and moong dal. In case any member is absent, the blessed paddy is posted to him or her, and they are expected to celebrate the family meal when they receive the paddy. Most Mangalorean Catholics of the diaspora in different parts of the globe eagerly wait to receive this post and celebrate this feast with great nostalgia. Thus, Monty Fest and the tender devotion to Mother Mary are ingrained in the very identity of the Mangalorean Catholics. Wish you all a memorable Monty Fest and the choicest blessings of Baby Mary during the year.